Hey guys, Michael here, ChiCityYaker. Today's video is for my fellow fishing content creators. Whether you're doing it from a kayak, you're doing it from shore, the surf, a boat, this video is going to be for you if you are frustrated and tired and want an easier solution to film your fishing adventures and getting the most quality out of it and the most kind of versatility out of the footage from using it for long form and short form as possible. So for many years, I have been using, like everyone else in the fishing space, GoPros. I've used many versions. This one happens to be like an 8. The most recent ones I had were like the 10s. While they dominate the marketplace, I've always had issues with GoPros. How many of you have been on the water on a hot summer day and it turns off? It overheats. I've been on the water in the cold winter months and it turns off because it's too cold. I've had countless issues with their software, the GoPro app, and syncing it to the GoPro itself. It would lose connection and I have to go and reach up and pull the GoPro down, turn it off, turn it on. It would take away from my fishing. It would be a biggest frustration. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one that experiences these issues with these GoPros, with the reliability. The app is clunky and doesn't work well with their cameras. I just, bye. So about 2 months ago, I was trying to figure out a new way to power my GoPros on the kayak. And in that process, I ended up shorting out the GoPro and it was fried, it was done. So there I was, you know, between a rock and a hard place, trying to decide, okay, do I go and buy the most latest GoPro, I think it's the 15, whatever number it is, or do I just go and give something new a try? And I decided to give something new a try, and that's where I stumbled on this, the DJI Osmo Action 4. And let me tell you that this has been a godsend. I am so grateful. That was a blessing in disguise that I fried the other GoPro. I can't tell you how happy I am with this product. Let me go ahead and break down all the reasons why. Now, I've never used the DJI Action cams ever before. Maybe about 2 to 3 months prior to getting the Action 4, I made my first DJI purchase, which is the mic that you're talking to now, the lavalier, the DJI Mic 2. It came out fairly recently. It was a cheaper option to the Rode Wireless Pro, which I also do have, and I use that for my main filming cam over here. But I picked up the DJI Mic 2 because I was like, oh, this would be a great solution for miking myself out in the water on the kayak. Because the transmitter is forward facing, so I can see it on the GoPro. When the whole GoPro thing happened, I was like, well, let me give their camera a try. If I like their mic, let me give their little Action 4 a try. The two biggest things, in my opinion, that make this thing stand out from a GoPro are going to be this. One is that you're listening to me talk on the lavalier, the DJI Mic 2. It connects wirelessly to the Action 4. And if you're wondering how the audio sounds, you're listening to it right now. I'm actually recording this entire video on my other Action 4. I bought 2 of these. The mic right here, the Mic 2 integrates with the Action 4. You're hearing me talk directly and it's recording it directly into the mic. The other great thing about this is that there's a sync option. So when I hit record on the Action 4, the Mic 2 gives a vibration that notifies you that it is recording, and when you stop it, it'll stop recording. So not only is it recording me directly into the camera and the footage, but the Action 4 is recording internally as a backup in 32-bit float, which I don't want to get too deep into the technicalities of that for those that are not really audio folks like I am, but that is a good thing. 32-bit audio allows you to raise and lower levels without damaging and clipping the audio. It gives you a lot more versatility in your audio production side of things. That's another reason why I really like this combination. They pair so well, it's so intuitive. Another great thing about the Osmo Action 4 is you get the forward-facing viewfinder. I can literally look at the camera right now and see myself. I can see the volume bar at the top to make sure that my mic is recording. So I get that real-time feedback to know if everything is working as it should be. And the prior GoPros I've had, it didn't have that level of functionality. Maybe the newest one does. I don't know, I don't own it. But I get that feedback to know that I see the red bar in the corner. We are recording. I can see the volume as I'm talking up top, so I know that the audio is coming through. And that is great when you're on the kayak or if you're on your boat. You could glance over without having to go behind it to see all of this information. And that's super, super important. I even got the blinking red light at the bottom. So there's 2 ways to know that I'm recording, to confirm that I'm actually recording. Another great thing about the Action 4 that I really enjoy is that it allows you to record in kind of like a full frame, 4x3 or 3x2. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my hand, but if you're not familiar with open gate recording, it allows you to record with the entire sensor. So when I drag in this footage here, and I'm gonna show you actually right now, as I'm doing this now, when I drag it into the software, you're gonna see the edges are on the sides. That's what it records when I record in this format, 4x3, I believe it is. Now what I can do is zoom in so that the edges touch the sides, and now you get that typical full 16:9 ratio, and you'll see me coming a little bit. Now what's great about this is I'm pulling it in without losing any kind of, without gaining any kind of pixelation or losing any kind of quality degradation in the video footage. But let's say that I'm standing off to the side and I'm not centered, I can move the entire footage around, and it gives me the opportunity to reframe my shots. Even if I didn't shoot it properly, if I was out of center on the recording, I can move the entire footage around and reframe myself properly. Not only that, but for those of you, and hopefully you all know that vertical content is king right now, and you should be putting up vertical content on your shorts, your reels, your TikToks, and all that stuff. What's great about this aspect ratio is that I can easily drag and drop this into my vertical timeline, and I'm not having to zoom in and blow myself out. Many of you know, if you record in like a 1080p or you record in 16:9 and you go to make a vertical, it crops in on you, right? So you lose kind of the outside of the frame. What's great about recording in this format is that you don't lose that. Because you're recording in this open gate, you get more top and bottom. All you have to do is pan yourself left or right to get that center shot, and you get more of what's around you in the shot. So it makes editing content for your YouTube channel, for your regular standard 16:9 aspect ratio content, and then also repurposing that same footage coming out of the Action 4 for your vertical, 9:16, super easy and intuitive. A great way to record. If you're not recording that way, you should be. What I've done here is I added a case from Small Rig. This thing is really cool. It's some kind of a metal body right here, and it allows me to just have that extra layer of protection on the camera, as well as provide me a hot shoe so I can add stuff on top of here if I need to. You still have full access to all the ports, and it gives you quarter 20 threads on the bottom. So I want to screw it into a thread mount on the bottom, or if I want to do vertical, there's another quarter 20 thread on the bottom side here, so I can position this vertical to just record vertical straight off the camera and get it done that way if you wanted to specifically record that way. So a lot of functionality with this case. Really like it. Solid option. The only other modification that I have here is I've purchased ND filters. If you're not familiar with neutral density filters, they're just a way, when you're on the water, like right now the sun is beaming. A lot of times you're out there and you're trolling or you're fishing and the sun is behind you, it blows out the exposure on your camera because the sun is beaming right behind you. Getting an ND filter here helps to block some of that light and lessen it to reduce some of that. And so I will link to the cameras, the case, the ND filters right here. They screw on, screw right off, down below in the description, as well as the microphone here. There's so many other videos out there that I would recommend watching that deep dive into all the specifics on here. You do have loop recording, which is what I use on my GoPro. You don't want to just record a big 5-hour file. I record in 20-minute segments of the catches, so it makes my editing a lot easier. This does have loop recording on here. You get the connection with the Mic 2. Almost forgot that the DJI app, the Mimo app that you use to connect to control the camera itself, rock solid. I open it up, it automatically detects the camera, it connects immediately. I have full control. I've got the full view of my frame on the camera. I can change modes, I can go to photos. You can do all the functionality in the app. Probably not much different than what you can do with the GoPro app. The biggest thing is the reliability. I've not had that app disconnect from the Action Cam, from the Action 4. It has been rock solid for months, 2 months now that I've been using it on the water. All of my recent on the water videos and shorts and reels are all from the Action 4. This thing is fantastic. Couldn't recommend it enough. 10 out of 10. Get that combination there. It's going to serve you well out in the water to make your life so much easier with the recording, with the audio quality. Again, I would recommend, if you want to learn more about these products, go on YouTube and search. There's tons of creators that on the tech side that cover all the details, the nitty-gritty of it all. I'm not going to do that in this video. I just had to come out here to share with you from the creator's perspective, from the ease of use, from the functionality it gives, from the reliability, how it can improve your filming experience out on the water so that you don't miss those amazing catches and those amazing moments that I have lost all because of my GoPros in the past, and I'm sure you have too. So check it out, the DJI Action, Osmo Action 4, the DJI Mic 2, great combination. Everything's linked down below for you to check out. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out. Tight lines out there and get those shots, guys.